Life needs flexibility. Success demands leadership. If there's something you want to achieve, the principal has one word of advice. Plan ahead, get ahead. The Principal Financial Group.
I like Web TV because I can email pictures of the kids to my mom back in Iowa right through the television. That'll make her day. Of course, I don't have any kids of my own yet, so I'm going to use this phony television family to help me demonstrate. All right, people, smile. Now I'll send it to Mom on her Web TV. It'll freak her out. Dear Mom, I'll explain later. Love, Tombo.
Web TV service, the internet, television, and more.
You never know how good your homeowner's insurance is until you really need it. Will they come through for you like Safeco does? Will they work with you to make your home a safer place?
Nothing gives you peace of mind like Safeco Insurance.
Sean, Notre Dame only had 10 guys on the field. There's a wide receiver for BC who's uncovered by anybody. Sanders for Notre Dame came out with an injury, and O'Brien, the coach, saw it for BC. He wants the ball snapped. He's so frustrated because they had a wide open guy.
And Notre Dame got the timeout before they could get the snap for BC. Well, Notre Dame has one timeout left. BC has two. 1:07 left. First and goal, Eagles at the Notre Dame 4-yard line. Mike Cloud straight ahead down to the 2-yard line. Bobby Howard made the tackle. Timeout called. And which team called it? Notre Dame did.
Notre Dame called it right away.
They're out of timeouts. We'll return to Chestnut Hill in a moment.
There's a lot more to working at AutoZone than looking up parts or ringing up sales. And it has to do with taking pride in taking care of customers. Like testing an old part before selling a new one. Or simply having what they need when they need it. In other words, it's about taking care of people who take care of cars. And that's what we do best at AutoZone.
When your allergies are a nightmare, you need fast relief. You need the power of Zyrtec. Prescription Zyrtec starts working fast and lasts 24 hours. So when allergies are a nightmare, remember the power of Zyrtec. In studies, drowsiness was the most common side effect. Other side effects included fatigue and dry mouth. Most were mild or moderate. To learn more, ask your doctor or pharmacist.
Great scene now here at Boston College. This has become a terrific rivalry over the last 7 years. And this one's going right down to the wire again. Second down. And goal to go. A touchdown gives them the lead. Notre Dame is out of timeouts. BC has two. Cloud straight ahead. Stopped at the goal line by Bobby Howard. Third down and goal. And we said earlier, Coach, the best case scenario for BC is to score with virtually no time left because their defense is so prone to giving up that big play.
Well, Bobby Howard, you got to give that guy a little credit. Here he is once again with a huge play for the Irish. Bobby Howard has played his heart out today regardless of the outcome of this game.
30 seconds left. Extra tight ends into the ball game for the Eagles. Cloud alone back. Cloud again to the end zone. No signal. He did not make it. And BC will use a timeout with 11 seconds left. Jimmy Friday put the hit on Cloud right at the goal line when it seemed certain he would score.
The Boston College offensive line had a pretty good surge. Notre Dame's defensive line has a good surge. And Friday, what a hit by number 13. O'Brien coaching all the time, calls a timeout. It's a great timeout by him. He's right into the game.
Jeff Jagodzinski, his offensive coordinator, a little more emotional.
He thought he had it with that line surge. I did too, but Friday came from the backside, number 13, to fill the void there. Jagodzinski's got those guys over there. He's saying, one more play, we got a foot to go, baby.
So much on this play, Coach. Notre Dame thinking about the bowl championship series, a major bowl game. That might not happen if they lose this one. And the BC players, particularly the seniors, have had so many struggles on and off the field, all kinds of turmoil in this program, coaching changes. They're looking for this as the one memory that they'll take away that's completely positive from their college careers, and it all comes down to a 4th down in inches.
And it is in inches, and I tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised to see the quarterback sneak this ball behind that big offensive line or give the ball to Cloud.
It all comes down to this play. Mike Cloud buried short of the goal line. Stopped short of the goal line by Deke Cooper. There are flags down. It's for excessive celebration after the stop. That play will stand.
Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Penetration is what hurts an offense down in the goal line. Deke Cooper, number 1, is going to penetrate. He's going to come right off the wing back. Nobody blocks him. The wing back needed to block down and not out. They had an unblocked guy sitting right in the hole.
And that's another example of what we're talking about, Coach, these inexperienced players all over the roster for BC. That's a redshirt freshman, Ryan Utzler, number 48. Who apparently didn't block the right player. And
yeah, I'm not sure of that, but in looking at that, they have an unblocked guy right outside the tight end and the wing back. The wing back turned out, and who knows?
Are you surprised BC didn't have another back in the backfield to lead the way for Cloud in that situation?
Well, that was a formation that they had not been in all day with that double wing set.
Darius Jackson bowls forward, and a huge victory for Notre Dame.
And a great goal line stand, Sean. That was a tremendous goal line stand by Notre Dame.
Indeed it was. Boston College at 1st and goal at the 4-yard line with a terrific offensive line and one of the best running backs in the country. And Notre Dame stopped them to earn their 6th consecutive win. What a ball game, and what a terrible way for these BC seniors to end their home careers. For Mike Mayock and Terry Donahue, I'm Sean McDonough saying so long from Alumni Stadium in Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts. Alabama and LSU coming up next on CBS.